Dr. Monica Evans is a literal game changer. She has designed and developed experimental and educational games with numerous university partners, including the Dallas Museum of Art, U.S. Army Training Doctrine and Command, Joint Forces Command, and Children's Medical Center of Dallas. Her most recent games include Digital Calculus Coach, an educational game that teaches introductory calculus at the college level, and Values Games Initiative, a series of 5 serious games about bioethics and human enhancement created for the UT Dallas Center for Values in Science, Medicine, and Technology. Dr. Evans' latest written work can be seen in the game-themed volumes of the Popular Culture and Philosophy series, including Halo and Philosophy and World of Warcraft and Philosophy, Wrath of the Philosopher King. Her recent work on educational games appears in International Journal of Game-Based Learning and the upcoming volume, Critical Game Studies, Theory, Ideology, Methodology. Dr. Evans teaches courses in game studies, design, and development, and coordinates the Games Research Lab in the Arts and Technology program.
I actually go to a conference in Oxford every year where they have a manifesto against using PowerPoint slides, so I'm totally fine. That's slides now, so that's fantastic. I get to make video games for a living, which is really awesome. And that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about this entire thing. For those of you who don't know, that's actually a screenshot ripped from Portal 2, and frankly, if you've not played it, it can easily right now if you don't do so. Very quickly, I am a hardcore gamer, and I'm not kidding when I say so. I'm fluent in FPS, MMORPG, RPG, RTS, social games, computer games, mobile games, team games. It's a game made in any sort of way I can play it. And that's going to be really important in a minute. So what I'm going to talk about is educational games, and it's really easy to make educational games that suck. It's really easy to make bad educational games. And this is the reason. There's a perceived gap between the sort of educational spirit and the gaming spirit. There's two languages we don't really speak to each other. And for years, what you hear from teachers is Grand Theft Auto is competing for our time. It has no place in the classroom. We don't want games at all. We don't do that now. It's still sort of maintained. So I'm going to say a couple of truths. One, all games ever made anywhere are educational. To play Arkham Asylum, you have to be taught how to play Arkham Asylum. And you're taught in a very careful, sophisticated way, which many educators can steal wholesale. The second truth, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Yes. If you want to make an educational game that does not suck, you need to make a game in which what you are doing is what you are learning. The theory is that we can take Grand Theft Auto and Calculus and mash them together, and Grand Theft Auto is going to be awesome and fun to play and solve all our problems ever. That is so not true, because I played that game, it sucks. So, I call this the magic bullet all of it. All video games are different. The real-time strategy game is not the same as the first-person shooter, and if you're going to make an educational game that is good, you have to have first an educator, second a game designer, both of you know what they're doing, and you have to know what the game mechanics are and have to match the content that you're actually going to teach. In a second here, we're going to talk about an educational game called World of This is not an educational game. This is a game made entirely for fun. And in it, you get to play with really complicated physics. And where there are equations on the screen, you'll be a whole lot better at physics than you might be otherwise. And that's just the most powerful thing in the world. So my job at UT, the reason why I'm interested, is to take the entertainment games that I have loved since I was 4 and use them to make educational content really engaging and really exciting for everybody. I like stuff content. This is a prototype for a game called Digital Calculus Coach. It teaches calculus at the university level. It teaches limits and derivatives. We see these intervals a little bit like the extreme intervals from random, right? The idea is that games are really, really good at making you feel powerful. They're really good at making you feel cool. When you play Rock Band and you have this stupid plastic guitar and you feel awesome. It's a stupid plastic guitar. This game will go to make you feel smart, and we're actually doing it in a very sort of careful, cautious way. One of the things you hear a lot is I'm too stupid to do math, I'm never going to get at math. What we did with this thing is effectively break it down. It teaches players calculus, it teaches players how to practice calculus in a way that makes sense. But really the goal is to find out what is the core mechanic of calculus, what makes it fun, what makes it engaging, why do mathematicians love calculus, and then to take that and engage college students and high school students with that level. Like I said, this is a prototype that actually covers only about 2 to 3 weeks of coverage. Of course, we did actually design the whole thing. It's actually a project of life, so you can see in the future with a large grant. We also spent a lot of time on stealing things from entertainment games that work really well for education. One of those is the assessment system. When you're playing it, looking at every single point in time, you know exactly how well you're doing or how bad you're doing. I would love for calculus class to also do that, but we spent a lot of time with achievements and maybe knowing you want to learn calculus is maybe not something you see yourself as being happy with in the future. You might really want to get that special hack that you do with calculus so you can dress up your parents, and that's a surprisingly powerful program. So that's last year. It is, hacks are awesome. This is what we're doing now. These are the games that are going to get me fired with you are going to get 2 slides from here. The bioethics games we're making for the Central Values of Science, Medicine, and Technology, they are intended to be short, introspective experiences that are jumping off topics for you to keep thinking about these things. They are educational, but in a very different way. The first 2, this is from a game called Endless Life, the previous one was Marching Our Elements. They are games that explore the idea of student life extension, like the quality of life, like we live in the 90s, 20s, 150. If we don't retire till 200% due to society. This is the one that's going to get me fired. This is the Westminster Kennel Club of Babies, and it's about informed consent. Yes, I can have a child and say, I want my babies to look like Angelina Jolie and be child for the cancer group, but the child has no decision or choice about it, and it can get really, really interesting. I'm not kidding. This is actually the game I'm pretty sure is going to get me fired. We'll see. These are some tests from the game we're making over the summer called Sleepless. It's based on a science fiction short story by Nancy Crespo Players in Spain. And it's about the larger issue that if you want to genetically modify yourself to be smarter, faster, stronger, it costs a lot of money. And what happens when you have a segment of society that does that, and then another section that doesn't. It's very interesting. The last thing I have to say, the best thing about doing games at UTL and Nancy Technology Program is that unlike other game study scholars, I don't have to just say, I wish educational games could be like this. I have the ability to make them. And the reason I do is that behind me I have 900 students. Most of them are artists or animators or web designers or game designers or sound designers or programmers. We can actually make these games. The images that you're seeing now, these are actually from Course of Game Production Lab. These are games that are student designed, student written, student produced, student released. We have the most talented student base I have ever seen. And it gives us this enormous potential to not just say, I wish games were like so, but to actually make it happen. And to make it happen is surprisingly quickly. We turn things around anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months. So all of the images I've shown you before, imagine about 25 to 30 students staying with me, because I just come up with the ideas and make money out of it, and something actually going on. So the last thing I want to say, there are a lot of barriers to really good educational games. There's financial barriers, development, distribution, production barriers, philosophical barriers. The barrier that we're breaking down in these analysis is the design barrier. I say that we live by content experts. We teach students not just to make games, but to